Hi everyone. Please let me know if you can see where I am, if you can hear me as well. That's fantastic. You might have guessed where I am by now, but I'm not going to lay all cards on the table and wait a bit. Hi. Thank you so much everyone for your birthday wishes. Что такое? Что? Sorry, there's my boy over there. Что такое, Гриша? Что такое? Гриш, я в туре, что такое? Отлично, спасибо. Скажи всем привет. Скажи hello, hello, hello. I'm not sure if you can hear Grisha, he's really far, but he's really excited because he's found a place for us to go and check out. I will come down soon, okay? Give me a minute. Сейчас 3 минутки, ладно? Okay, I'll see you soon. I'll see you. Just give me a second. Give me a second. Yeah, just stay here, okay? He wants to participate indeed. Okay, let me greet everyone properly. Hi, everyone. My gimbal is acting up because of the headset. Okay, give me a sec. I'll sort it out. Should be. Гриш, подожди, пожалуйста, солнышко. Should be better. Should be better now. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I know this is not my usual time for tour. The time of day is a bit odd, and also that it's a weekday, but it's my birthday and we have this tradition. Thank you so much everyone for the greetings. We have this very good tradition. I think it's already 3 years old. This is how old the tradition is I'm 18 today, 18. That's the reason why I haven't been drinking any Georgian wine before that. And to be honest, I'm not even sure whether I'll be going to drink even tonight, but I will explain. I will explain for sure. Что такое, зайка? Когда я спущусь, хорошо, зайка? Нет, зайка, когда я спущусь. Sorry, he's really impatient. He's really impatient. Wait a minute. Okay, hopefully this will be better. Give me a minute. So we are, hold on a second, hold on. Good, I'm back. Hi, I just tried to figure out a few things about the wires over here on my microphones. So, as you know, the political situation in Tbilisi, and I hate to talk about politics on my 18th birthday. I'm joking, I'm 37 today. So because of the situation, it's quite unstable, and the elections are this Saturday, and they have already started blocking the streets, and we've already had 2 kind of marches, protests, whatever you say, of different political parties involved. Yeah, that's why we decided not to take you downtown, but still to take you on a tour to keep up with this tradition. And plus, my mom has never been here. My mom has never been to Georgia before. And she hasn't traveled for a while because she was terribly busy building up her own business, and it's not so easy. So I decided to take my mom to Ethnographic Museum of Tbilisi, where we were a few weeks ago on a Tbilisoba event. If you remember that holiday. You look a day older than 36, yeah. Yeah, I already have some back pains. Yeah, I'm gonna show my mom and my son in a minute, but before that, let me show you around. You know, I don't just like just chit chats. I like to show you some places. I like to give you some quality content. And that's why I've taken you to a museum, but also to a beautiful place, and also to a very underrated nook, undoubtedly. So some 10 minutes away from a very affluent center of Tbilisi, you can find this abode of peace and quiet. And I'm not joking. because check it out. There is a Vakia neighborhood. Hi, Andy. Good to see you. You see those skyscrapers over there? These are very expensive real estate places. And you can see the downtown. You can see the megapolis right underneath us. But here in the Ethnographic Museum, which I will be talking about a bit more, and I will be showing you around too, this feels so odd. And it's so great because this is clearly the number one getaway place. If you're tired, if you're sick and tired of the hustle and bustle of big city, and Tbilisi is a big city, there are plenty of places to escape within 30 minutes. Trust me, there are mountains all around us. And it's just interesting that Tbilisi is nested within the mountains, in between. I would say it's almost squeezed in between several mountain ranges, and it's in the lowlands itself. So it's the fantastic geographical position for the capital. And right now I'm on elevation, standing next to some buildings which are not open for visit, but many of them are. And we are going to see some that are open for visit and some that are closed, but we can walk around them. And for those who watched my Tbilisi Soba live stream, which lasted, I think, 2 hours, even more than that, don't worry, we will see something new as well. And for those who missed that event, well, this will be a great way for you to take in the vibe of this gorgeous place. And speaking of the gorgeous place, there are school kids now on a tour. This museum is quite new. It was established in the Soviet period in the 1960s. And the idea was that all the old 18, 19, and sometimes even 17th century buildings from all over Georgia would be taken from their original spots and transferred here to Tbilisi, to this deserted area. And this is how now we can see them all. You don't need to travel anywhere further than this just to get a glimpse of Georgia, of its diversity, of different regions. And I believe it's fantastic. I don't mean to say you don't need to travel. Yes, yeah, yes. Yes, okay, Grisha, who are you? Hi. Вот это да. Okay, so now my son even speaks some Georgian. Gamarjoba. Gamarjos. Thank you so much for joining me, Grisha. Let's go find my mom. My mom has never been here before and she didn't watch that live stream. She was very busy. She has to work weekends, more often than not, she works about 6 days a week. So it was... Yeah. And you let me know where to go, okay? Just let me know where to go. This is where we started. And I didn't tell my mom where we would be going. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And this place is, I would say, not included mostly for any itineraries for international tourist groups. But locals are very well familiar with it. And I think I know where to go now. And also Grisha did some exploration, just started the area a little bit and prepared the itinerary. But there was a surprise place for my mom. And originally the plan was to take you downtown. But I think this is a way better option for now. And hopefully after the elections... Я правильно иду, да, зайка? Да? Окей. Там открыто, да? Я иду тогда. Okay, I'm coming. Yeah, the view is fantastic. Yes. So hopefully after the elections, the situation in the downtown will settle down and I will be able to take my mom for a better walk and also take you, because I have prepared so many itineraries, so many places to visit. Also my Jewish, Georgian Jews heritage is almost ready. And look at these colors. Unbelievable. And it's still, most of the trees are still green. It's already feels like fall, which is fine because it's almost the end of October. Check out this scenery. I love the vibrance of the green. I'm coming, but before that, so there are about 70 houses from different areas of Georgia, ranging from mostly 18, but also remember someone mentioned some 17th century. Hi. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. I'm coming. Not all the buildings are open. And someday I'm hoping to take a tour guide and come here again for a fully fledged, long and very content-induced tour. But I think this is fine for now because it's my birthday tour and it's also a way to show my mom around. Hi, Mom, can you say hi to everyone? Hi everyone! This is my mom and she hasn't changed since we saw her last, at least to me, she hasn't changed, вообще не изменилась. Тебе интересно здесь? Do you like it here?
Да, очень интересно, естественно.
Oh my goodness, what's wrong with my Oh, I know what to do. Okay, hopefully this will work. Все тебе говорят привет.
Спасибо.
Everyone is saying hi.
Привет, Мила.
Yay, so cool. So let's go around. Oh, sorry, just a second. Trying to sort it out. The headset. No, it's not. It's not being sorted normally. It's still a bit weird. Wait. Чуть-чуть подкрутить. That, not the headset, but the microphone, because the нет, не трогай его, не трогай, no. You don't. We can't touch the gimbal when it's on. So I hope I haven't given you the headache. Okay, let's do it like this. Should be fine, at least for now, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, can you hear me? Can you let me know if you can hear me? Yay, I'm coming. Yes, you can, okay. Well, where are we? This is the house from Palati, from Kani village, Imireti, okay, Imireti neighborhood. Okay, let's look around. Wow.
Следующий период, поэтому да.
Оттуда, да,
До
начинаем?
этого периода они жили в таком доме. В первом доме здесь рюкзачки были.
Расскажи еще раз сначала, что это за...
Извините, нельзя снимать. У нас есть пиар-менеджер. А для вас это
Это для нас, конечно.
только?
Конечно,
Да,
конечно.
маленькую только можно, знаете.
Ну, мы просто для себя снимаем, чтобы на память было.
Знаете,
Да, конечно.
как жили они, вы не были в первом доме, сосед нам не
Нет.
Поэтому я скажу, что это уже кухня, следующий период. Ну, как жили, потом спускайтесь,
Ага.
объясню, ну, как
А
это.
какой период?
Наверх вытяжка, чтобы выходил. После середины 19 века они перестроили эту часть дома. Это уже кухня стала, бывшая конструкция, где жили люди.
А,
Мы делали налево, сделали
ага.
сковородки, кекси называется.
Угу. Wow. So this is the Emiratian house, and we have, as usual, in the heart of every house there is a fireplace and a place for cooking. It's wind. It's just wind, Grisha. Это просто ветер, зайчик. It's quite a windy day today, and this is the ventilation for the air for the hot air and all the smells. And here you can see the kitchenware, and this is the wineskin. This is how the skin used to be, well, the wine used to be transported back then, because of the rocky roads, bumpy roads. It was impossible to transport wine in pots and clay pots, so it was a lot easier, which definitely affected the taste of wine, just animal skins, but it was, I believe, the only way possible. Wow. And also the floors, check the floors. It's just sand on it. Yeah, just earth. I like the smells very much. Look at this. А это какой век? 19-й? 19 век.
Ну, как они жили на равнине, нижняя часть.
А это горная, да? Окей. Окей, я поняла. Wow, this is the mid-19th century house. This is the end of the mid-19th century house, mountainous area. Emiratia has a mountainous area. Well, it stretches for quite a big territory, so there's mountainous area and flat land, so to speak. Лоба. Вот сюда прямо?
Направо или налево, если вы видите, но это последнее. Прямо направо.
Ага, хорошо. Куда ты хочешь? Ну там нету ничего, же сказали, зайчик. So this is just one house in the Emiratia neighborhood, in the Emiratia region. Let me go a little bit over here, just to show. Ты мне не помогаешь тогда. There is restoration going on. Sorry. Wait a second. And because of this restoration, not everything is available for the visits. But this house is. Now we are going to see more Emiratian houses from the lowlands. And when you walk past these buildings, it doesn't feel like you are in the museum. It feels like you are somewhere in the countryside. And just for you to see where I was, where we started the tour, it's over there. I've never seen such a big ethnographic museum, and I think this is absolutely fantastic idea, and I can only imagine how expensive it is to maintain everything. And this doesn't look like a museum at all to me. It looks like a village, some Georgian village high in the mountains, and from here you don't even see the city, which I believe adds to the vibe. And it also feels like the administration of the museum is not really interested in promoting this place. Okay, I think it would make sense to have museums like that all over the world, but I've never been to any of them. But I guess the museums in Stockholm, probably a lot more visited by international travelers. Unlike this one, it looks like the museum is not really interested in opening these places to the world. By the way, over here, which is it's also closed, but here you can see this gigantic trunk of wood. Actually, this is the wine press. It could be any period because you know that history of winemaking goes as as early as 6 millennia BCE. We know that because of a clay pot found with wine residue. Yeah, exactly. So this places like this should be popular, but this one is not. It's a gem. So this is the wine press. I don't know how old this one is. I'm sure they know, but it's not explained here. There's no explications whatsoever. But the idea was that according to old technology, so the grapes would be placed over here and they would be pressed here with feet. And then I'm not sure, it's too big. I'm not sure where exactly, but there should be an opening. And from there, the wine would be dripping into a jar or a bucket. And as you know, according to Georgian technology, wine is fermented, like everything, the stalks, the seeds, the skin, everything is fermented together in a quarry, which is a clay pot, and we will see them. There are two technologies that are fully functioning in Georgia in winemaking. But, well, the one you already know very well, it's a wooden barrel, just the usual way. But there is also a quarry technology. Quarry is a vessel, a clay pot. And that technology is UNESCO heritage. This is technology which is several thousand years old. We don't know what was the technology used when that wine residue was found, so 8,000 years ago. Wine cellar from Koreti village, Imireti also. So wine cellar. It makes sense to have a wine press over there. It really does. But we carry on. So it looks like this is the corner. This is the Emiratian corner of Tbilisi. And this is where I was, or we were, when we enjoyed the festival, the Tbilisi festival. We have the gigantic stoves. I'm not sure if it's all for food, but it looks like it's all for food. I can clearly imagine here the Emiratian cheese bread being cooked here. I can imagine it. And the bigger one, maybe it's also, yeah, it's for the clay pots, you see? I believe that during weekends there are some activities held for children in pottery, and this is where the clay pots are burned. And we can see some of it. Oh, this is so lovely. Is it a kitty? Or was it a kitty? I'm not sure. Okay. I'm not sure if it's still in use. Да, здесь мастер-классы проводятся. A huge pizza crematorium. Гриш, вот там, наверное, можно большую пиццу сделать. Well, unfortunately, these houses are closed. And tomorrow, the museum is also closed. Tomorrow, most of the state facilities are actually closed. This is due to elections. Yesterday, the downtown was blocked, and it took people to get to home like 2 hours, 3 hours. Grisha is taller every month. Yeah, it looks like it. He's already wearing the shoe size, almost the same as mine, and bigger than my mom's. My mom is quite tiny. There you go. Да-да-да, я знаю, что открыто. There are some houses that are still open. So this is interesting. This is the cart. There are many of them you can find in the old city. I don't know how old these are, but they're pretty much the same. This is where normally the wineskins will be placed or all sorts of goods. Also, I believe at the Barana, this is some agricultural facilities to plow the land. Yeah, to plow the soil. Yeah. And I have just come on. Can you see this trunk of a tree? I can only imagine what it's used for. So we could really do some help here, but there's no one around. Гриш, пойдем? Гриша? Oh, this is clearly one of my favorite. It looks like the house on the chicken legs from Russian folklore, but it's not. My mom doesn't speak English, no. She speaks a little bit German because back then in the Soviet Union, they didn't study English at school. It was mostly German, at least where my mom is from, and also the same for my father. So this is a small version of Quevri. Quevris can be of different size. So this is the empty Quevri. So empty Quevris could be transported like that. It just had to be really nicely secured. And the queries would be, so the wine would be stored in these queries, stalks, seeds, and skins together. It would be stored vertical, and everything up to the brim, up to the neck of the query of the vessel, it would be all buried in the ground. It's like I'm walking in the wilderness. It doesn't feel like Tbilisi at all. So let's see what we've got in here. There are some more houses open, I know. So, but we will get to there. We'll definitely get there. To have these houses, elevation also makes sense depending on which areas you are. There are also lots of, well, they're mostly mountainous areas with quite significant, quite strong seismic activity, and also there are areas that get flooded very often. This is clearly not, well, this is clearly for hot days, so to add some air. It could be used to dry, something could be used to dry, let's say some onions, some harvest, to store it in the winter period. But let's go to see the houses that are open, and maybe they'll tell us a bit more. And that's the reason why I don't think I will be getting any wine today. Hi, Kisa. We're having a kitty here. Hi, kitty. Oh. Привет, Kisa. They're so nice and cuddly and fluffy. Okay, what do we got in here? Okay, this is from Guria region. Okay, let me read it. The dwelling house from Atsana region, Landkuti. The kitchen from Nigziani. You can see the storage from Okay, so there, it looks like it was all, it's like an estate, and there are different houses on this. West Georgia, near the Black Sea. Okay, okay, it's not far from Batumi. I got it. 19th century.
Middle period, 19th century.
Middle 19th century. So they just took all the houses and transferred them.
Yes, about 50 years ago, the house was demolished, transferred, and going museum from Guria. The museum was open about 50 years ago.
Yeah, 50 years ago.
Yes, such houses you can see in the whole western Georgia, the whole near the Black Sea, because the climate humidity. It has a house stand on the stones from ventilation.
Okay. Oh, now it
And
makes sense. Now
yes,
it makes
such
sense.
houses you can see in the whole western Georgia, in the whole near the Black Sea, and the houses live middle family, middle class.
Middle class. Okay.
Old house, chestnut tree. House was with, without nails, without nails.
Widowed nail.
Without nails. The nails are used in the floor and in the ceiling.
Ah, okay. And the
Protect
rest.
rain.
Okay.
Protect rain, yes.
Ah, okay.
Living room for the 2 bedrooms. Middle fireplace. Each room separate fire. Living room for the 2 bedrooms. Where they built fire for light, for warmth. The family did not cook dinner in the living house, cooked it all in their kitchen. Kitchen were separate outside to keep the house clean.
Clean. Yeah.
In the
No
Western
smells.
Georgia, near the Black Sea, winter warm and summer is no much not cold. So it's why somehow the kitchen always outside. Anything Georgia mountain place inside because cold.
Because yeah, that's right. It makes sense. Makes sense.
2 bedrooms, young people, bedroom for all the generations, all generations.
Which is young? Which is older generation?
Each room separate door.
Okay.
Young people, old people.
Okay. Wow. So yeah, it makes sense. We've seen all the farmhouses, and also we've seen the small sheds also on elevation, right? So they're not built on land. That's because of the humidity and also because of the cold. Wow! And you're heating the stove. Amazing! They're heating the stove. I thought it would just be like a museum, so they're here just for the sake of being original house, and there's even original fire. Everything is functioning. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow, so we are in the bedrooms. There is the bedroom for older generation and the younger generation. Oh, and I like this little small chair for a baby, I guess. How many legs does it have? Oh, 3 legs. It has 3 legs. Wow. Now it makes sense. And so that we saw those windows. It all makes sense. And it doesn't really need big fireplace, I mean, like big stoves, because in Western Georgia, near Batumi, near the Black Sea, it's not really that cold. So this is normally enough. Just one stove for 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Wow.
Photo Georgian
From-
Korean horsemen. They went to America to work 120 years ago. They joined with Buffalo Billy's group. Georgian Korean people, they went to America.
Koreans went to
120
America.
years ago. 120 went to America. Buffalo Billy was in American show.
Yeah.
Georgian were American circus, old Western show. In the middle, Buffalo Billy, in the end in Georgia. They were participation in horse ride.
I didn't know that Georgians from Guria were with Buffalo Bill.
The Buffalo Bill show.
Oh, wow, on the show of Buffalo
Work
Bill.
in American show.
I am Levine, so it's my place. My place. Yeah, Mikhail, it's really clever to have just one stove that would heat all the places. Absolutely. Yay.
First group.
It's the first group that joined the show.
First group, they show Georgian song. Georgian, this was tradition, national costume.
Yeah.
And all group. In that group with Georgia, where also American New Year's, American cowboys, Mexicans, and then Japanese samurai.
Was it like a big show?
Oh, big show, yes.
Okay,
120 years ago.
120 years ago, and I guess this
Yes.
is okay. So now it makes sense. Wild West, Far East, Buffalo Bills, Pony Bills. Wow. Okay. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Kitchen outside.
And the kitchen is outside because of the smells and because it's too hot, probably during summer. You're right. Yeah, it makes sense.
They are hospitality people moving there.
Ah.
Stand on their wheels, stand on 11, like with cameras, stand many people.
Ah, how many people?
Wow, age 10.
Ah, okay. So Gurians are very hospitable. So this table can actually be extended for up to 8 to 10 people.
Yes, and farmyard.
Farmyard.
Farmhouses always outside. Dry corn, stand on the stones for ventilation. Yes, protect mouse from the storage.
In the storage, yeah. So it all makes
Corn,
sense.
dry fruit. On the balcony, special room for milk product.
For milk product?
Yes.
They
No
stored
winters,
milk
no-
product here.
No winters. There is no sun. Always was cool. Cheese, meat, fish.
Okay.
Yes. And a big house, a kitchen. Just kitchen.
Just kitchen.
Just kitchen. Before it was a living house.
Oh,
Before
okay.
it was a living house. And all the time, family lived here, and that is the poor family. Later in that, a big new house was built, and all the house was not living anymore. Changed to kitchen.
Ah, okay. So it was originally a
Sweet farm.
living
It was
house.
sweet farm, living kitchen, and behind place cows, animals.
Oh, okay. So it used to be just a residential house, and then it was turned into a kitchen. Ну, хорошо, хорошо.
This was
I
a
see you.
sweet farm. Kitchen, place, house, and living.
Together.
Yes. Family had money, was not a new house, and old house was not a living anymore. Change.
Change. Yeah. Okay.
And the floor of the ground. Medium
Yeah, ground floor.
No windows, no ceiling.
Really?
No
Yeah.
chimneys, it was always smoke. In winter time, the door was open to air the house, let's say light enter.
Okay.
Was light, family eat all in the kitchen, put all in the kitchen. Yeah, there was dry plants, lasted 5 or 7 years, and they changed.
Wow.
Tiles was longer one century.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. I really, it's amazing. There are no windows. There's no ventilation here, so it was all smoky. Wow. Okay. And this is where the animals were, right?
Each
Animals.
separate dog.
Okay. So there was, yeah. Don't be.
And dogs.
It's so dark here. I don't see anything. So there were cows. There were, well, the cattle was placed here, and there was just behind the door.
Fire was always low, small.
Okay.
Go up.
Okay.
In the middle hand, cheese, meat, fish to smoke.
Oh, and this is how they smoke their fish, their cheese. I love smoked cheese. Oh,
People grew
clever.
People grew tobacco, the best in Georgia.
Oh,
Tobacco from Turkey 150 years ago. Look table. Peasant cut tobacco with such a knife.
here.
Yeah. And flour and
Okay,
tobacco leaves.
okay. The tobacco and also, this is for okay.
Peasant cut.
This is to cut tobacco, right? So in a jar, yeah.
150
Yeah,
years
yeah, yeah,
ago.
yeah. So in Guria, in Western Georgia, they would grow tobacco. They grew tobacco, coming also from Turkey because that region borders on with Turkey.
150 years
Yeah, so 150 years ago, they would grow tobacco. They would just process it, and they made
Vessels
cigarettes.
Made of clay for wine, water, milk, and the cheese.
Yeah, the vessels for everything.
Wooden vessel is made of lime tray. And pumpkin take out wine, basket for grapes.
Oh yeah, that's
Georgia,
right.
We are mainly busy wine making. Man press grapes with length. This is in the open wine cellar. Pitcher was under the ground. Under the ground, temperature low. Wine kept cool for a long time.
Yeah.
In the western Georgia, wine kept under the ground in the open because humid. In eastern Georgia, the wine kept under the ground in closed stone house because it's summer hot.
Because it's hot in summer. Makes sense. I like it. So this is for grapes. Well, we just harvest the grapes, and this pumpkin is used as a kind of a jar or a big, cup to take out the wine. Yeah.
And the snowshoes.
Snowshoes.
That's true.
Ah, snowshoes,
Snow,
right?
but not cold in the western.
Yeah, it's just not to. It's just to have a bit
In the
walk
open,
easily.
please water well,
Water well? This one?
yes, well.
Okay, that's well.
Clay in the wine cellar. Picture clearly. 2 minutes on the terrace, on the balcony, you can see a place for baby walker.
Oh, baby walker. Okay.
Let baby to walk. Here, put the baby inside, move around, let the baby to
Ah, thank you so much, Madlova. Wow, Didi Madlova. Amazing. What a tour. This is a well. And there's a baby walker. All right, I remember. I remember the baby walker. So the baby was placed over there in the middle and walk like this. Yeah. Very clever. And you so baby is busy just walking around. Can you imagine how many miles one can walk like that? Unbelievable. And again, I keep forgetting that I'm somewhere in the downtown of Georgia, in Tbilisi. I just keep forgetting it. Cute baby walker, cute house, and the cute lady that just explained everything to us, opened the back door, and wow, it's such a gem. And I'm so happy it's so unspoiled. I'm so happy. Let's go and check something else over here. Come on, coba. Can I see? Да, могу по-русски. Нет, из Петербурга, но давно не была дома. По тем же причинам.
Шесть деревянных домов, это самый старый, по 17 веку относится к западной Грузии, в Новороссийский регион. Кухня, спальня для сына, тут спала вся семья, стоит, готовилась еда. Также представлены различные посуды, чем они пользовались, и некоторые мебель тоже. В левом углу коров для малобрачных. Ну, это гораздо.
Вот там? Ага. Ух ты. А это в горной местности, да? Этот дом или...
Наверное, вообще есть нижний и
Да.
верхний. Это сверхний.
Угу. Ага. Вау. 18 век? Okay. 18th century. The upper Emirating region. And, well, unlike the previous house, which is in western Georgia, which is a really warm and humid area, this house is very different. It's everything under one roof, and all the family, the entire family is living under one roof. People sleep here, people eat, cook. This bed is a little bit different. It's a little bit VIP because this is for the newlyweds. And they just had some privacy. Well, as much as possible. All the kitchenware is here, the fireplace, and, well, luckily this one has ventilation. So lovely here. And I like the abundance he brought us of the kitchen where so many different stuff.
Тоже все жили в одной комнате. Да, вот спала все семейство, тут были у нас различные посуды.
Рядом холодно было, все старались вокруг очага.
Да.
Very mountainous area. Спасибо большое. До свидания. Just see the view. Just see the view. My goodness. So, Emiratia has, well, like there's a high Emiratian, lower Emiratian region, but this one is higher in the mountains, and it's much colder in the mountains. So it makes sense that everyone lives together under one roof. Everything is together, and while you cook, you also heat the place with the fire, and yeah, it all makes sense. Everything here really makes sense because this is the much warmer region by the Black Sea. So Western Georgia, but Emiratia is different. So look at these gigantic queries. I believe this is where the big wine tasting took place when I was here for Tbilisi. But nobody's singing and dancing around. It looks a bit different for sure. So, and this is not, it's not maximum. The terrace could be much bigger, and yeah, so they would be put underground. Just the entire depth, everything would be up until here. It would be placed in the ground, but also depending on the region, because the lady said that in some regions they would be just placed outside because the temperature would be enough, and so I guess it's all very much it depends on the region and the climate and the humidity level. But yeah, why need a colder temperature to ferment, a special temperature to ferment? These are not apples. I'm not sure what they are. These are not apples. They're a bit hairy. Do you know? I'm so hopeless with all the flowers and everything. It's hairy. Queens, okay. No, they are definitely not peaches. No. They're not peaches. So queens, yeah, it makes sense. And I think it's now season for queens, but not the season for peaches anymore. The peaches are over. Thank you, JC. Thank you so much, everyone, for your birthday wishes. This is so sweet of you. It's so great to come here for my birthday, not to be stuck in a traffic jam. It's just so lovely. I think it's the best place for a birthday party. And Grisha is running around with his grandma. He didn't go to school today because of the situation it takes, because his road to school. Let me turn the camera and greet everyone who joined a little later. So because Grisha's school is quite far from where we live and we have to go through the downtown, we just thought it would make much more sense to stay at home and play some board games and spend some time with me and grandma. So we didn't go to school, and many actually didn't go to school today for this very reason, and it looks like tomorrow will be the same. Oh, you gotta see this house. And you may remember it from the Tbilisi tour. This is the place, this is the house where the history of the museum is told. So let's check it out. Yeah, this is the house of the ethnographer. Samegrela region, Abasha municipality. And there is a monument to the man behind the creation of the museum. Georgi Chitaya is the Georgian ethnographer who was who had this idea, who is the founding father of the establishment of the Ethnographic Museum of Preservation of Georgian Heritage. And it's amazing how even when Georgia was part of the Soviet Union, they still had some sort of, okay, maybe independence is not the best word, but it was a bit autonomous. And I absolutely admire how they managed to preserve their language, because obviously for the entire Union, Russian would be the official language, but Georgians managed to preserve and to keep Georgian language on the same level with the Russian. So the Soviet government indeed tried. Indeed, it tried to abolish the Georgian language. I mean, for different institutions, and also, as you know, there was this part of Sovietization, unification. So, but Georgians managed to stand out, which I admire. Before we go inside, I want you to see this. This is the famous Svanetian Towers. There are several mountainous regions up north where you will not see many just wooden houses. They mostly be stone houses. And you wouldn't see any fortresses in there, because there is no need for any fortress, because mountains are the fortress. But there will be watchtowers, would be really high, and watchtowers would normally be enough to see if any intruder, enemy, or any visitor managed to climb the mountains and is about to visit you. It's not only Svaneti, there are several regions that have such watchtowers, and they even managed to bring a watchtower here to the museum. It's really up on top, but yeah, you can see it. I wasn't sure if we'll be able to see it from here, but yeah, we can. So that's the watchtower from Svaneti on the very top. So can you imagine that this is the entire territory of the museum, like 8,000 hectares or around that? And again, it's hard to imagine that I am in the heart of Tbilisi, like really 10 minutes away from a very affluent central neighborhood called Vake. This is not the old town. This is the district that was mostly developed in mid-20th century. This is where mostly technical intelligentsia would be settling. There's lots of Soviet period architecture in there. Let's just drop by for a while. Different photographs taken in the expeditions. So this is the museum of history of the museum, if it makes sense. So this is the dwelling house from the village of Marani, the Abasha district, built in the later half of the 19th century, belonged to the Miladze family. Okay, and the house was selected by Georgi Chitaya to become part of the museum. That's I just love these colors. And you see there's still so much green. Oh, Angie, thank you so much for the coffees. Thank you, dear. Thank you. And I remind you that on Saturday, my mom, my boys, and I will be cooking Russian dumplings. Well, actually, not exactly Russian dumplings. Okay, let's say Siberian dumplings, because this is one of my comfort foods when I come home. And I haven't been home for a while, and it's also one of the dishes my mom cooked for us when we had a live tour back then in 2021. So I just thought it would be a good idea to cook it again in a different setting. I absolutely love the outfits. And I like so different costumes, different areas. This is the tomato worker and the peasant. That's a wedding dress. Hafsurian costume, I'm not sure. Okay, so Tusheti costume, Hafsuri costume. That makes sense, different areas. The Guria region, second half 19th century. Ajaria, this is exactly where Batumi is. Western Georgia. I'm pretty sure I could just spend 1 hour just in this room. That's the office of Georgi Chitaya and the library. I like this smell is the combination of the wooden house and also the old books. The smell is fantastic. Someone should make perfume from it. I'm pretty sure somebody has. I mean, for those who will be watching the recording, it's a very special place, and it definitely needs a very detailed explanation. And I'm sure there are so many stories that the guides of the museum could share with me. So that's definitely a must. Again, it's just a bit sad that it's not often included in the big tours. Wedding costume. Absolutely gorgeous outfit. Oh, I love the jar. The jar looks like a bride. Maybe it's a ceremonial jar, maybe it's just for a feast, for a soup broth. Baba. So I'm just trying to read it. So it's a man's short from Telavari. Okay, so I got it. It's again the regional, the traditional clothing from the area of a Tel Aviv city. Not Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv. This is a common joke. There is a Soviet film, which actually Misha told you about, that the character from the film was trying to call to Tel Aviv. It's a town in in Georgia, but the operator connected him, put him through with someone in Tel Aviv. And it's so funny because that guy, actually the one who picked up, yeah, exactly, Mimi, no, Celia, you know it, you know it. I just thought that the name of the name wouldn't make much sense, but since you know it, yeah, it's Mimi, no. And it's amazing that the guy who picked up the phone from Tel Aviv was also from Georgia. And they talked and they even sang together and they cried together because both of them were terribly homesick. Back then, back in the days when, well, before 2022, this was it was a super hilarious scene. I was in stitches every time I watched it. But now I cry myself and I don't laugh anymore. But Mimino is a great film. See, it's amazing that you know the film. Does anyone know? Does anyone else know the film? Well, if we just Photoshop the city and we only see the wilderness, you haven't seen it yet. Oh yeah, you can find it on YouTube easily with subtitles. There are many Soviet films uploaded on official YouTube channel of the Soviet cinema studio. Okay, Sam Grella house. Let's check it out. It's also one of the houses we visited before. I was so amazed with the tour that lady has given us. Well, thank you so much for the birthday present. Thank you, dears. Sorry, this just says someone. I don't know exactly who this someone is, but thank you so much. Okay, late 19th century. 3 rooms, a porch, 3-side fireplace. Again, makes sense. Hi. Come on, Javan. Baby cot. And everything for swaddling and to secure the baby from here, from the sides. I believe these things, like different household items, beds, rugs, babies, garments, tell a bit more about a country, about the heritage. I think so. So having monuments is great, but because if I see this video, I would probably think the same. And one of the most amazing things about this museum is that I remember these very trifle things, you know, like everyday, really mundane stuff. This looks so cozy. And I remember the rug. And it's so interesting. So the rug is so long that it goes all the way from the ceiling and up to the bed. Moldova. Okay, it's gonna start getting darker soon. But it's not yet, and museum closes in 1 hour. So I think I don't know even where my mom and Grisha is. I don't know where they are. But Grisha, when the moment we came here, he started running around and asking to take him to places. And he also went exploring and finding more houses to see. This is where we were, up there. Let's go check that place out. So I think we're gonna need maybe some 10 minutes, and then we will wrap this up, and then wish us luck to get home without lots of traffic. Hi, doggy. So that one is open. Oh, thank you, Isabella. Let me greet everyone properly. Hi everyone. I'm so happy to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So this is I know this is not the best timing for a tour. This is really the wrong day. It's just Thursday, middle of the week, and the middle of a work day for many. But I thought I want to still keep this tradition of celebrating it on the day. But on Saturday, my mom and I will be, well, and my boys will be cooking the dumplings together, and hopefully then I'll have some drink, some glass to raise. But in the meantime, I believe this is the best spot just to get away from the reality and from a little bit alarming situation about the elections. Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, it was lovely. I don't want the big and noisy celebration. I don't know. I just probably tired of too much noise and too much fussing around. And to be honest, it's been a bit tiresome in general. And I just had a good sleep. Everyone let me have some extra sleep, and I canceled all my. Didn't cancel. I can't really afford canceling, but I just managed to reschedule my work, and I didn't have any classes, and I don't have any classes today. As you know, I also teach. So all these baskets are for. Yeah, Simchat Torah. It doesn't. I know. It's all closed. It's a holiday in Israel, and not just for Israel, not just in Israel, but for all the Jewish people all over the world. But it doesn't feel like holiday. And to be honest, the first thing that crossed my mind when I woke up, it was exactly what happened last year for Simchat Torah. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. I already see my mom and Grisha. So I hope they enjoyed the hike. I know that Grisha took my mom up the hill. I really doubt they went up to this Vanetian Tower. I'm not even sure if it's possible, if it's an option. But I know Grisha likes to hike and go to all those places. So I hope my mom liked the place. Привет. So did you go up high? Ходил наверх? Did you go up high? Ah, you went down the hill.
Нет, сначала это было вверх, потом вниз. Там была какая-то гигантская дорога вниз.
Ah, so you went up and down the hill. Okay, I got it. So mom, do you like it here? You found mushrooms? You did some mushroom picking? I'm not sure if it's legal. Show me the mushroom. Show me the mushroom. Покажи. Show me the mushroom. So you see? So cool. So while mom is working, grandma and Grisha doing mushroom picking. Wow. Okay. What are you gonna do with the mushroom? Yeah. It's totally edible. It's not a toadstool or anything.
Они уже были некрасивые.
Wow, you're late. Ну, опоздали мы. Okay. Вот и коробочка пригодилась, да, Гриша?
Да. Кстати, ключ красивый.
Okay, let's just see one more gigantic query. My mom says she likes it in here, and I would have liked it too. So another query. This looks like the quarry that had been for a long time underground, just judging by the way it looks. And imagine that every year they had to clean it. And speaking of wine and speaking of everything, oh, I love this echo. So I will be doing a pre-recorded tour from the wine museum in Georgia. Let me know if you're interested. So that's the plan. And hopefully there's going to be also another surprise tour on Sunday. Hi, Barbara. Good morning. Good morning. Sorry for there's a little bit of a garbage in there, but it's more or less clean here. So there's gonna be, most likely, there's gonna be another surprise tour. This is me live from Macquarie. Let's see if it's gonna work like that. Hello from Macquarie. Okay, it's gonna be a tour with a special guest, not my mom this time. I will let you know, and it's definitely going to be sometime around this time on Sunday. We're now just finalizing everything. It's one of the tours I've been promising to take you on for a long time, and it's time to stick to promises. Anyway, so let me try to take you out of here. Good. Let's go check out what they've got in there. And I think this is when we will be wrapping this up. I see the steps. It looks like part of the museum. It looks like also parts of the house of a house. But I hope there is at least some explanation in there. But let's see. Well, at least it's got some steps, so it is intended for visits. Looks a bit dilapidating, but that's okay. No, there's nothing in there, just maybe they're working on reconstruction of something. I'm not sure. Okay, now wish me luck to go back with all the limbs. Okay, well, I think this is it for now. Definitely we'll be coming back. Definitely we'll be arranging a tour guide to tell us more stories. Luckily we've been able to visit something that we didn't have a chance to visit last time. So, did you ride that sheep? Looks like Zisha just rode that sheep over there. Did you take a photo? Show me the photo. Не торопись так. Okay. It's good to know that you've been having fun. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me on this hopefully quality content birthday tour. We haven't been drinking because it's a museum and there's actually no places to have a drink, no places to have even a cup of coffee, which is, again, maybe that's the plan. Maybe it should just remain a very off-beaten spot. I'm not sure, but I'm not going to forget about it, and I'm definitely gonna be making it more popular among my viewers. And thank you so much for joining me. So we're gonna be having a proper celebration on Saturday. It's a work day, so we're technically just walking around, enjoying ourselves, and also learning some new stuff. And I'm so happy you've been able to see my family. Grisha was not supposed to be part of a plan, but well, I think it's just good that he's with us. Hopefully Misha's already bought the cake, and we're gonna come home and hopefully before midnight, and hopefully we'll have some dinner together. Thank you. Grisha is really big, yeah, he's really big. He's bigger than the average 8-year-old. That's what they say. Thank you so much everyone for joining, and also thank you for the tips. Thank you so much for supporting me and my family. And also, if you missed any of the live streams that I did last weekend, everything is available on my YouTube channel. And as you know, there are a bunch of tours scheduled for the weekend, apart from the cooking. Also Jesus in Nazareth, also another premiere of Catherine's Palace. We're gonna see agate rooms, you know, the amber rooms, but there are also agate rooms. I've never taken you in there. They have been recently restored, to be honest. Hi there. Hi there. And also Misha is doing another tour on the 1900s and 1910s. Very interesting and intense period of Russian history. Lots of things happening. And also a very special interview that I managed to record while in Armenia. You know, I still can't get over my trip to Yerevan, and this is when I met Emil Teravitikans, who is the descendant of the ancient aristocratic kin. And he agreed to give me a short interview. He even invited me to his place. He showed me what survived in their apartment. And he lives in the same house that had been built by his ancestor more than 100 years ago. I will be doing this tour too. And also there's gonna be a special Sunday tour, a surprise tour during daytime. I'll keep you posted, so make sure you check out my website, anayagai.com, and I'll definitely be posting on Together Virtually. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. If you wish to tip me, there is a link on top. There's a pinned comment as usual. It's a coffee or a PayPal. And I think this is time to wrap this up, and we'll see this place again, definitely. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, and bye-bye. You can say bye, Grisha.
Bye, bye.
Wait a sec.